Hello there, this is Ron Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Why it's hard for players to settle down. Yeah, I know this is kind of coming on the heels of my last video about Steve Harvey and whatnot. You know, and it's funny, I said in that video I kind of moved that one up. That wasn't a part of the scheduled programming. And this wasn't part of the scheduled programming until next week, but, you know, it kind of goes in with that whole thing about cheating women. One thing about players, y'all. One thing about players, like true to the game players, guys will get multiple women. And I've touched on this issue before, but, you know, like many things, there's so many angles to it, right? But it's real hard for a player to settle down because any man who's been with more than 20 women has seen a woman's nature. And quite frankly, just because of the circumstances of how they get with some of these women, like a lot of these women have women and they have women too. A lot of these women have like husbands and boyfriends. And yeah, some of them have women too. Because as an aside, a lot of these lesbians, a lot of them take some dick every now and then, right? But getting back on track, you know, because of the nature of the relationships and the craziness and basically low down part of it, you know, sexual shadow world part of it, any man who's been with a number of women, it's hard for him to it's hard for him to settle down because he's been with too many. He's seen too much. He doesn't have that trust that's necessary to get with a woman. Because one thing with men, we value loyalty. We value a woman who can be a part of our boundary. You know, it's like a lot of women think just because they're with a man, they're a part of his boundary, and they're not. You know, we value that, you know, but it's hard for a player who's been, you know, who's seen how women really are to feel like that woman's going to be loyal to him. Because any true player, even though players have healthy egos, most have common sense to know, hey, if this woman cheated on her husband or her boyfriend and is lying to all these other people, what's to stop her from lying to me? See, a lot of women, you get a lot of women, they want that, you know, they feel like, you know, especially the cheating ones, right? They feel like, hey, you know, I'm going to be with this guy and all of that. And you know, no, we ain't thinking that way. Now, I've said before in a couple of videos, women are very blunt and honest with me, and they tell me stuff, and, you know, stuff I can verify, and I'm like, okay, that still don't mean I'm going to trust them. Just because they ain't lied to me at one moment don't mean they won't lie to me on the next one. And seriously, it really is hard. I mean, seriously, you know. Because you expect, you've seen women change up and everything. And the players, you talk to any player, that's because, you know what, it's funny, right? When my book, Nice Guys and Players, first came out, I thought the players would hate on it for maybe giving away the game or something like that, and the nice guys would embrace it. It's actually been the other way. And I'm actually have to do a video on that too, because even to this day, I catch more hell from nice guys than I do players. Players always showed me love and supported my shit. Even I could even jump on them about some stuff, and they like, yeah, Rom, you right, man, you right. Thanks for telling me that, man. I appreciate that, bro. You know. But the thing with players, a lot of them, there's a whole bunch of them, and that might even be something I might get into. Is like a lot of them want to get out of that life because it's, you know, you just see hell, man. You see a lot of craziness, man. You see a lot of foolishness. And like I said, I've talked about this in videos before. But like I said, this is one of those things you just have to... I'll probably do 50 videos on this subject matter. You know? Just angles of it. Because think about it. Think about something. You know, the man is seeing women at their most raw. He's seeing their real sexual face. And you know, if he has any intelligence and like, you know, some common sense, based not even gonna say intelligence, but just common sense, he realizes, hey, this could be a problem. You know, this woman could be a problem down the road. You know, and you know, and that's one angle. That's one angle. Another one is just addiction to the lifestyle. Now, people, you got a lot of people, I use that word addiction. You got a lot of people who talk about sexual addiction. In fact, I've had several players, several womanizers will come to me and say, Ron, do you think I have a sexual addiction? Well, I'm not going to get into the clinical stuff because somebody might argue with me clinically and all of that. What I'm stating now is my opinion and my opinion alone. I think it's yet another thing like one of those things people, they try to find something or they try to be a victim or not take responsibility for it. Nah, you just like pussy, motherfucker. Shit. And you have the ability to get it. Now, if you keep getting in trouble behind it, hey, whatever. But like I said, that's my opinion. I don't feel like arguing with any psychologist or anything like that. All right? I'm just saying my opinion. It's like you have the ability to get it, you get it. And trust me, I'm just going to say this. There's no greater feeling that I've experienced in life than being up in some woman, got her legs wrapped, nice sexy legs wrapped around. You got her toes painted, you know, looking up at you like you the man, you know, you pounding away happily, especially if it's raw. Ain't nothing better on this planet than raw butt naked sex. So, you know, and that's part of the problem too. That's a big part of the problem. It's hard for a man who's used to getting multiple women to all of a sudden say he got to deal with one woman the rest of his life. That shit is hard. Any man, I'm sure there's some men who can do it for whatever reason. I'm not going to speculate. Well, I have some speculations as to why they can do it, but trust me, it would be kind of insulting why, so I'm not going to say anything. And please don't get in the comments asking me. I'm not in the mood for any arguments. I'll put it like that. But that shit, they got to think about it. I don't care how fine she is. I don't care how perfect her body is, how nice she is as a person. Dealing with the same woman, day in and day out, same sex. Because, I mean, coochie ain't going to really change. That shit is difficult. And especially you a guy who's used to getting play. And keep in mind something. Keep in mind what this dude told me. And I shared this with the dudes, with my brotherhood on my private site, right? But it's like this player told me back in the day, right? You know, right as I was about to get married, right? He said, Ron, you never stop being a player. And this was a player himself. He said, shoot, you never stop being a player. And it doesn't turn off. It is hard. It really is hard because the women don't stop. They don't all of a sudden stop finding you attractive. Because any real player ain't working that hard anyway. He got women coming on to him. It ain't like he chasing all the women. Most of them like finding him. They don't stop finding him because he married. Or, you know, he trying to be monogamous with one girlfriend. They throwing it harder then. And when women know what I'm talking about. Y'all know that guy say he married or got a woman, all of a sudden he a challenge. In fact, shoot, on a cold-blooded level, use that as some game. Say, yeah, well, you know, I'm sorry, I got a girlfriend. They go harder. And they'll do that. They see you talking with a woman, they going harder. So imagine the player. He trying to get out the game. He trying to settle down. He trying to live righteous, you know, maybe for religious reasons or something. Shoot, he can join a church, temple, whatever, mosque, whatever. Then he go, be women in that group trying to get at him. It's hell. Oh man, it is crazy. So I mean, you know what? It's hard. It's a tough road and stuff, because you're dealing with so many issues. I mean, and I'm gonna tell you how deep that is. I mean, I've met some players. I mean, they trying to move. They had a couple even contemplating suicide. Cause it's just crazy. Somebody wonder why, but there's a dark side to dealing with too many women and shit. So, but it's still hard. It's the thrill. Like I said, there's nothing. Any man know what I'm talking about who's been with more than one woman. Ain't nothing more thrilling than raw butt naked sex with a new woman you ain't been with, because it's just something. Even in that's just that conquest. It's just like the thrill. First time you enter that woman, And if you somebody who has become quite proficient at it, it's hard to just turn that shit off. No matter how much you might have emotional feelings for one particular woman, it's hard to turn off. And quite frankly, some guys don't. So anyway, that's it for today. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.